Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The Honorable, all the judges, Mr. Abdul Moin, SA MBA MRes PhD, Mr. Abdul Hakim, SA MEC PhD, Mr. Anjar Priyono, SA MSI PhD, Mr. Dr. Andes Anas Hidayat, MBA PhD, the Honorable, all the moderators, Mr. Putra Endi Chatyanadika, SA MA BIS, Mr. Faza Fakhrunas, SA MSc, Mr. Fajar Rizkiansyah, Ms. Fatma Nikita Muryaningrum, and all the participants of Call for Paper competition. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. First of all, let us pray and praise to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala because of His blessing and mercy. We can meet virtually in a healthy condition in the event of ISM IBSE 2020. Before I start to lead this event, let me introduce myself as your Master of Ceremony for today. I'm Ulfa Windria, Management Department of International Program, Batch 2018, Business and Economics, Universiti Islam Indonesia. Ladies and gentlemen, participants of ISM IBSE 2020, on this nice occasion, let me deliver the structure of today's event as follows. First, opening. Second, the explanation of Call for Paper competition. Third, Call for Paper presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, let us open this event by reciting Basmalah together. Before going any further, let me read several rules during this event. Rules during ISM IBSE 2020. First, all participants are compulsory to turn on their camera. Second, all participants need to mute their microphone during all the session and can ask questions by clicking the raise hand feature and waiting for the MC to allow you to speak. Third, all participants need to have a minimum 80% attendance or 4 of 6 sessions in order to get an e-certificate from this program. Fourth, you must use email account to join Zoom so we can divide you into break rooms in several sessions. Next, let me read several rules during Call for Paper competition. Rules during Call for Paper presentation. First, presentations are made in succession according to the draft that has been given. Second, all participants have 10 minutes for presentation and 10 minutes for Q&A. Third, all participants may ask a question during the Q&A session. Next, we step to the main agenda, that is the competition. Please kindly wait and accept the invitation for breakout rooms on your Zoom screen. Keep your spirit, do your best, and I wish you all good luck.
waiting for the judge, Dr. Anjar Priyono. Maybe he is in processing to join with this breakout forum, right? So okay, I saw Arvin, Emilia, Shafiq, Safina, and then Octavia, Ismaya, Retno, and wait, I saw only the university, which is USIM, right? So your name is Mariam, right? Your name is Mariam, and for all of you, please turn on the camera because actually we will, live in YouTube. So when you watch YouTube, the face is yours, right? So please turn on your camera while waiting for Dr. Anjala Priyono, right? Okay, excuse me, Nita. Could you please to open your camera and then Muhammad, right? Okay, Safina, have you prepared for the presentation?
Inshallah, sir.
Inshallah, right? How about your discussion in the group? Who will present today?
Actually, my partners is consist of 3 members, but our partners in Malaysia have fever, so
Oh,
she
really?
is in hospital right now. So the one who will
Mm.
be presenting is me and Barat. Now we divided into 2 parts like
Oh, two
that.
parts.
Yeah.
How do you make the paper actually? Do you find any difficulty when you try to engage in a group, make a paper with different countries, never meet before?
Actually, it's a little bit hard for me because I have a different background. At first, with
Mm.
Maratno, I never met them in person, actually,
Okay.
and it's kind of challenges for me. But we'll go through it. It's like we're trying to communicate well and effectively, but somehow we know that we have a different schedule and so on, so we try to arrange them well.
Okay,
And
so
yeah,
okay. So actually, what is your background? So why do you say that you have different background?
actually I'm majoring industrial engineering in
Mm.
Faculty of Industrial Technology, and
Mm.
Bharatno it's joining business, right, and accounting. And for the partner of Malaysia, she is joining human resource. So we're trying to finding our similarity between those about our topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at least it already gave you a new experience, right?
Yeah, and also amazing one.
Amazing one. Okay. So how about you, Nita? How are you, Nitya?
Yeah, I'm good.
Where are you now? In Kuala Lumpur?
Uh, no, in Malaysia, but Seremban.
Seremban. Seremban is around maybe 3 hours from Kuala Lumpur, right?
No, just like 1 hour plus.
Okay,
1 hour
yeah.
plus. Okay, Panjar. How are you,
Yes,
Panjar?
yes. Oh,
Yeah.
wait a second. Just wait a second. I just want
Okay.
to make sure that everything is okay.
Okay.
Regarding the computer, my computer. Just wait a second.
Okay. Okay.
I just, because when we have started, I don't want there is any more interruption. Just
Okay.
wait a second.
We are waiting for you, right? Okay. So it is only 1+. Okay. Maybe, it has a trend as well, right? When we want to go Seremban from Kuala Lumpur.
Yes, we have.
Yes. How about COVID-19 now in Malaysia?
Actually, it's
Is it getting
increasing.
better? Increasing. Second
Yes.
wave.
Third wave.
Third wave.
Yes.
In Indonesia, we have an endless first wave. You can imagine in a day, we can have 8,000 cases. You can imagine it's very huge, right?
Mm.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
I'm here
Panja.
now. Yes.
So actually, I'm also waiting for the operator. Can we start the operator? I just want to make a confirmation first. Okay, so before we start the presentation, I just want to check the attendance. So we have 4 papers. A1 is Nurul Shuhada. Are you here, Nurul Shuhada? Or the group of Nurul Shuhada? Is
Nurul
yours?
is in the hospital
Okay.
assessment for you.
Oh, you are Safina Abdul Aziz, right?
Yeah, correct.
Your name is similar to Malaysian name, right? Even though
A
you,
little
I guess,
bit.
little bit, right? Just need binti, right? Retno Puspito, are you here, Retno? Retno, are you here? Not yet, okay. Octavia Dwi.
I'm here, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Siti Mariam. Where is Siti Mariam? Okay. You? Where is it? Siti Mariam. Okay, so I assume that you're already here. And then Emilan Natasha Binti.
Yes, I
Amiga. Okay,
yes, I'm
you
here.
there.
Yes.
Shafikur Rizal.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, Agrilia Putra Pramuda.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Nitya is here. Muhammad Arif Darmawan.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Muhammad Arif Darmawan. And then Ismaya Dwinanda Putri.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Arfin.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Arfin. Okay, so before we start our discussion today, I would like to give you any regulation first that you have to present within 10 minutes. So I will be very strict. It doesn't mean that I will be very fierce, no, just strict, not fierce, right? And that's why I try to strict in terms of the regulation, and then it will be presented one by one. So after one group, it will be continued by another group. And both of you, no need to share screen, right? Because the operator will share the screen, right, of yours. And then please open the camera, because when you watch YouTube, right, the face is I saw Nitya, and then Safina, and Pak Anjar, and also me, right? So before I go further for our discussion today, we start with Basmalah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So let me introduce myself. My name is Faisal Fakhrunas. I'm from the Department of Economics. Actually, yesterday I already introduced it. And I'm going to introduce the judge, the very handsome judge, right? His name is Anjar Priyono. You can call Pak Anjar Priyono. He hold master degree from Gajah Mada University. Actually, it's very near from Universitas Islam Indonesia. There's around maybe 10 kilometers away. And he hold doctoral degree from University of Strathclyde. Actually, I'm very struggling to pronounce Strathclyde. Hopefully it is right. From Glasgow.
Yes, that's right.
It is Glasgow. And his concentration is operational management. A lot of research that already been done by Pak Anjar. It can in Scopus or maybe in international journal. And interestingly, Pak Anjar once engaged in several projects with Rolls-Royce, Caterpillar, and Komatsu. So I'm sure that Pak Anjar already have a lot of experience in terms of the business activities, right? So do you want to greet the audience, Pak Anjar? Maybe say hello or...
Yes, good morning everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pak Anjar is very kind, right? Inshallah, he's very kind to you and kind to me as well. Okay, so I will give the first chance for Nurul Syuhada binti Salim, Retno Puspitosari, and Safina Abdul Aziz Baraba, right? So the title is about energy saving, high-rise building, and mirror solar, right? So the time is yours. It is 10 minutes. So I please the operator to share the screen. Can you help me, the operator, to share the screen? Hello, the operator. Okay, so we're waiting for the operator. So wait a minute, because I'm also unable to share your screen. Okay, is it yours? The screen? Can you see it?
Not yet, sir.
Not yet.
Not yet, sir.
So the operator, the screen is only in YouTube, but not in the Zoom. Yeah. I saw the screen in the YouTube because I have two monitors here, right? Can you share the screen in the Zoom? Wait for a minute, yeah? Maybe they have any technical problem. Okay. Okay, in YouTube, actually, we already saw the screen, energy saving height, but not in the Zoom, right? Okay, can you see it? Because it is brick room, so it is quite different. So if you want to go further for next slide, just say next, right? Is it okay? Okay, the first one, the first slide, please. Okay, can you start the
Okay.
first group? Safina, okay, time is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
First of all, the honorable judges and the honorable Mr. Faza Fakhrunas and all of my friends over here, thank you very much for the opportunity for us to having a presentation for today in the morning. First of all, let us introduce ourselves. My group is consists of 3 persons. Nurul Shuhada is our partner from Malaysia. It's not being able to attend this presentation because she is sick and in a hospital. And the second one is Mbak Retno from Accounting 2018 from Islamic University of Indonesia. And the last one is myself. My name is Safina Abdul Baraba. I'm majoring Industrial Engineering and Faculty of Industrial Technology, also in the Islamic University of Indonesia. So our outline for today's presentation, it's about the call for paper, which is the first one is introduction, second one is discussion, and the last one is about the conclusion. Next. Our major topic, it's because we want to bring out this call for paper. It is because the four major things. The first one, it's about the climate change. Second one is we know that the Asian countries going through rapid development. The third one is high-rise building consume 30% higher energy than regular building. And the last one is we know that the carbon dioxide emission from gas and electricity from high-rise buildings are twice as high as low-rise buildings. So due to the four major things, we know that our countries such as Indonesia and Malaysia also have like skyscrapers, high-rise buildings that consume a lot of energy, and we want to meet the sustainable development goals, which is the sustainable and renewable energy. So we want in the future. Next. And after we take a look about these kind of problems, current situations, and we are trying to know for the perspectives of millennials, such as Indonesian students or Malaysian students. So we conduct a research. We conduct a research in this paper to start implementing more of solar ties or mirror solar, which is we know that it's not really common things right now. In this paper, we're conducting survey using a Google form for about 32 people in Malaysia and also in Indonesia. This is the tools or the methodology used in this paper to obtain supporting data to survey the readiness of people to build more energy-saving high-rise building and implementing solar mirrors widely. So in this paper, we want to know either the people or the millennials or the next generation, it's already common with these things or not. I mean, like we were ready or not, some kind of thing. And next. And after we take a look about the result, we found some kind of interesting graph over here. So based on the survey that we already conduct with 90.6% are in the age of 18 until 25 years old, which is the current age of people who is going likely to college. And only 3.1% is in the age to 26 until 35. Maybe that kind of age is when you're going to work on something. And lastly, it's less than 18 years old. So the graph in that figure shows the majority of the participants are concerned about the future if we fail to conserve renewable energy. It's about the 62.5%. And an interesting one, 78.1%, it's also support the government or any kind of implementation or efforts to do the renewable energy, and very afraid if we fail to finish this. But they don't know much about the mirror solar. And after this, my partner will expand a little bit what is the difference about the mirror solar, and based on the survey, is it we can implement it, the mirror solar or not? Maybe Marma, you can continue my presentation. Thank you. Marma, could you my voice?
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Next, please. So before we move further to the result, here is the definition of solar photovoltaic and mirror solar. The solar photovoltaic, also known as solar cells, also we know solar panel. The system is converts sunlight directly to the electricity. Meanwhile, the mirror solar contains a substrate with a reflective layer of reflective of the solar energy, and in the most cases is interfere the layer. The implementation of mirror solar is applied in CSP, concentrate solar power technology. The CSP systems are capable of storing energy through the use of thermal energy and thermal energy storage stage. The CSP is converting the energy from solar into high temperature using various mirror configuration. But as we know that the survey conduct before, some of them doesn't know what mirror solar is. We start find an alternative using solar PV. Here, the implementation of solar PV can be two methods. In Indonesia, they also applied using BAPV, building applied photovoltaic. The building applied photovoltaic is PV attached component to the building using additional structure. It can be applied in the roof, as we know that in many houses or residency. Then the second one is built-in integrated photovoltaic. This is the use of PV as an alternative building envelope. According to the SOCLA 2016, BIPV used to replace building components such as window, roof, facades, and other structural components. It's integrated with the building also, but there's some disadvantage of mirror solar using CSP. They need a large surface area. So why here we find an alternative using solar PV. Next. This is the advantage of solar PV. The first is input free and reduce carbon footprint because it relies on sunlight. As we know that we use natural resource, we should carry the coal from coal mining, then we transfer to the steam fired power plant or PLTU that's also produce carbon footprint. Many more. Also, there are no costs from the input because it's literally from sunlight. The second is the use of solar panels along with regular energy can be reduced and stabilize electricity bills. As we know, because the rapid of industrialization, the electricity bills is arise too. Now, when we use the solar energy using PV, we can reduce it and stabilize it. We also can sell the excess energy to the PLN according the regulation of Ministry of Energy
1
and
minute
Mineral
left.
Using number 40 and 49 and 2018. Next. The readiness of people for using mirror solar can be implemented, conducted, and it had response that year 2000, 78% of them never seen the implementation of solar before. Solar in the end, to build high-rise building, not only concerned with the architectural design, but also paying attention to the environmental effects. I think that's all.
Okay, thank you very much for Safina and Retno. It is not 10 minutes yet, but it is 9 minutes 50 seconds. So it's good, right? Before 10 minutes, you already end it. So I will give the opportunity to Pak Anjar. Do you have any questions? Unmute first. Okay.
I'm sorry, sir, but you
Please
still
unmute it.
your
Pak Anjar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for reminding me. And thank you as well for the opportunity to be the judge for this big event. This is my honor to be not really a judge. I just want to give some comments, and I'm not, it is not my privilege to give you score or justify whether this is not good or something like that. But I would like to give you some appreciations and some comments. First of all, I would like to congratulate to all of you who are participating in this event, because it is a great opportunity for you guys to know each other between students from different backgrounds. from Indonesia and also from Malaysia. And regarding for the first group presentations, I would like to give some comments as well. I would like my first point is that the main strength of this presentation is that this paper is using primary data which is intended specifically to write down this paper. So this is very specific data. Okay, and the purpose of obtaining this data is to develop insights, new insights. Okay, and this is the main strength. And when you got the data, you have empirical evidence, and this is the main strength of this paper. And however, I would like to give you some feedbacks, and I would like to maybe hear some of your opinion regarding the paper. Well, the paper overall is describing your data regarding the readiness of Indonesian people and Malaysian people to adopt solar panel technology and more environmentally friendly solar energy, right? And I would like to hear your opinion regarding how to improve the readiness of Indonesian and Malaysian people to adopt this technology. Because in the conclusion, you say something that, if I remember correctly, the level of readiness in Indonesia and Malaysian people is not that high. It's not satisfactory yet. So how to improve it? Is there any idea? That will be great if you could add that point into your paper.
Okay. How about Safina and Retno? Could you please to answer the questions?
Well, this is not question. This is just yourself.
Okay.
Okay, can I answer?
Yes.
Okay. In my opinion, and also in my group opinion, we also talk about this in our discussion, but not putting it in our paper. Based on my opinion, to increase the readiness of maybe the next generation or millennials in Indonesia and also Malaysia, it's doing some kind of knowledge campaign about how we should concern about this, how urgent it is, and if you're going to fill the renewable sources, what will happen, such as that by the government itself, it should have some kind of the awareness about those things. But I know that it might be hard to increase the readiness because we have a lot of different cities, and also not all of the cities are being able to have some kind of this technology. So based on my opinion, the only thing that we could do at first is maybe increase the awareness by some kind of campaign, also by some of by doing the cooperation between the company that having the technology and also the government itself, to increase the awareness of the cities that might be using this technology, such as maybe Jakarta or Surabaya or Kuala Lumpur, such as that kind of nation or that kind of city.
Okay, great explanation, right? Okay, I think it's good.
May I
Yes,
add my opinion,
yes,
sir?
Yes.
I think the government should simplify the policy too, because I read in some news, if we will to apply solar panel in our home, we should register with in PLN or here. I think we should make the simplified policy. I think that's all.
Okay.
Yes, that's an excellent point as well, because when we are dealing with energy issues, we have to concern with policy issues as well. And solar panel and solar energy is a big, it is a big topic, because solar as a source of energy, if we develop solar as a source of energy, there might be some other source of energy that will be substituted. For example, coal. For example, what else? Oil, etc. And we have to we have to follow regulations, particularly our government, to support the policy of promoting solar as a source of energy. I think that's a great idea. And please, if you later on in other opportunities, if you write down this paper, let's say you would like to publish in a newspaper, because when you write something on newspaper, the reader is many people abroad, including the government. By writing something on newspaper, you will influence the policy maker of this country, and also other countries as well, if you write it in English. And when you write down your paper using empirical data that you have just presented in this event, you are presenting a fact. You are presenting a reality. Nobody can deny it. So it is very strong evidence. It is very strong argument if you support your idea with evidence. And lastly, I would like to give congratulations to the first group, right? Yes, that's it from me.
Okay, thank you, Pak Anjar. Inshallah, all paper will be pulled in the proceeding. Yeah.
Okay,
So it
yes,
will
that's
be
great.
international proceeding, and we will apply for ISPN. Okay, thank you, Pak Anjar, for
Thank you,
the
sir.
okay for the first group. So please, the second group, ending global hunger with sustainable food system in COVID-19. Octavia Dewi Fatmawati, Siti Maryam Nabila binti Imran, Emilia Natasha binti Amiruddin. Are you ready, guys? Okay.
Inshallah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Okay, so we are waiting for the slide. The operator, could you please to open the slide?
The slide is provided by us or?
Will be shared by the operator.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so no need to share screen. Okay, you can see it?
Not yet, sir.
Okay, you can pin one of the, what is it, the screen.
Pin one of the screen, wait.
And just say next if you want to go to the next slide. Okay, can we start?
Yes.
Okay, 10 minutes from now, time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from group 14, consists of 3 members. Octavia Dewi Fatmawati from University Islam Indonesia, Siti Maryam Nabilah binti Imran from University Sains Islam Malaysia, and Emilia Natasha binti Amiruddin from University Putra Malaysia. In this presentation, we will present our call for paper about ending global hunger with sustainable food system in COVID-19. For Maryam, time is yours.
It's me.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to present for the introduction of ending global hunger with sustainable food system in COVID-19. First thing first, the reason we choose for this topic is because we realize something. We realize something that the people nowadays are living in a comfort zone to the extent that they are being picky with their food and increasing number of the food waste. They're also voicing out that they are uncomfortable with the online classes and working online. But despite of these circumstances, actually there are people out there that live in hunger. They have been living in hunger and suffering for quite some time, and COVID-19 now causing much more worse for them. Even from the report of Food Crisis 2020, it stated that this year 2020 is basically the highest global hunger in 4 years report. So this is not their fault. It is because of the uncontrollable environment. Because they were laid off by their employers, maybe their country have a economic recession, maybe their country have a hot weather for making it harder for agriculture. So the thing is, we're not supposedly to question who is at fault. we need to think to to adapt with these situations, and we came out with 3 objectives of this call for paper. Next. Next. So we came out with 3 objectives, which is determine awareness of the people regarding of global hunger, and to study the effects of global hunger towards the citizens' productivity, also to determine the possible solutions to achieve zero hunger. Next, I'm going to pass to Maria.
Okay, thank you. Next, I want to share about a global hunger is much worse than people realize. They estimate that 2,254 children die each day from hunger. But actually, the number is over 5,000, which is more than double the average estimate. From the data, global hunger is believed to be largely preventable, like 67%, and like 69%, they feel that allocating less than 1% of when US budget is too low. But also have people have a negative reaction, like 59%, to learning about how much the United States spend. Next. Many charities fight to hunger in the world organization, also in this world, like Action Against Hunger, Feeding America, Bread for the World Institute, Food Bank for New York City, Freedom from Hunger, The Hunger Project, Heifer International, Meal on Wheels, No Kid Hungry, and Food for the Hungry. And the possible solution for this action, the authorities need to come to achieve zero hunger. The role of government need to do like some country, raise tax at the border, making import for food much more expensive to protect the local producer and ensure a stable supply of food. This is because the countries must depend on the other countries to get the food resources from a wealthy country like United States, Canada, and also European Union. The relation with a foreign country is significant to make sure they do not have any food supply crisis problem. And also, the local authorities can help to ensuring that every neighborhood does not have anyone hungry. If such a local authority should take appropriate action by assisting in terms of working with stakeholders involved. The countries need to focus on health, nutrition, education policy, and also social protection, sustainable agriculture. And next, I give to the Okta.
Can you jump to the next slide? Next again. Okay, so the conclusion is many areas have been negatively affected by COVID-19 pandemic, especially in the economic sector, both functional and non-functional business sector, as well as agricultural sector are experiencing a crisis due to lack of brand maintenance. There has been a crisis of hunger and malnutrition as a result of the pandemic. Many people cannot eat because they do not have money on their daily needs. Government and communities must work together to find solutions that allow us to achieve zero hunger so that no more people suffer from malnutrition and hunger. And for that, possible solution for the zero hunger are to work together in this matter because everyone in the community which can be done by work together, managing and assisting the government in ensuring that the target group who lack of food and do not have money to buy food and get donation can through cash or food supplies. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. It is already finished, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for the group too. You only spent 1 minute and a half, right? It's very short presentation. So, Pak Anjar, do you want
Yes.
to ask or give a comment?
Just like the first presenter, I would like to congratulate for the second group. And this is very concise presentations, but it is meaningful as well. Okay, I like the flow of the story and the way the presenter is presenting the ideas. The presenter began with why this topic is important, why the topic is significant, why the issue is worth to examine, and then next the presenting group offer some some examples in other countries, and then lastly the presenters offer some solution. All right. Yes, this is interesting topic for ASEAN context, and this is very novel for ASEAN context because I have never heard such kind of program in ASEAN context. Typically, food program are introduced in Western countries, and it is going to be introduced in ASEAN countries, right? However, there are some kind of differences in terms of the context between ASEAN countries, particularly Indonesia and Malaysia, with Western countries like USA, European countries, or even African countries. In European countries or American countries, there are many charities offering food program. And in Indonesia and Malaysia, so far I have never heard that kind of program. However, in Indonesia and Malaysia, we know there are a lot of organizations offering similar services. For example, zakat organization or wakaf organization. So I think the program that will be offered by food program like that you propose, to some extent will be overlapping with the zakat organization and wakaf organization. So I'm just wondering how to make it different. I mean, your proposal to make it different with zakat organization or wakaf organizations, because I'm afraid that there will be some kind of conflicts or some kind of overlapping the activities between your proposal and zakat organization. I would like to hear your opinion about this.
Okay, that's a good point from the judge. So could you please to give the comment, the feedback?
Basically, zakat and wakaf organization is for mainly to help Islam people, right? So what's with the other religion? What about them? We are not going to abandon them just because of their religion, right? So of course, other organization that could provide the same function to them also, because just because they are hungry and don't have foods, maybe shelters, we are not just going to go for the zakat and wakaf for them, right? Because that is for the rights of Islam people. So we also need to take care of their well-being as well. So I think having the other private organization is very good to handle this situation.
Good point. Anyone wants to add something?
Okay, that's good point.
Okay.
I think that's good point, right? So you are very passionate about humanitarian activities, and this is very, it is very good.
Okay.
I think that's all from me. Okay, give applause to
okay.
second presenter.
Okay, how to give applause like this, right?
Okay.
Because it's an online platform. Okay, thank you very much. For the second group, we will move to the third group. It is called as an electric generator. Is it safe or threatening? This is quite interesting as well. So we have Safikur Rizal, right?
Yes,
Safikur
I'm here.
Rizal, Agrilia Putra Pramuda. So both of the names like Indonesian. And Nitya, how to pronounce it? Nitya A/P Ponusami, right? I'm struggling to pronounce your name actually. Okay, so time is yours. We are waiting for your slide. Please, could you please to help the operator for the third group? Nitya, how to pronounce your name?
It's correct.
Eh?
Actually,
Nitya,
Pondusami is my father's name.
I mean A/P. How to pronounce it?
It's just A/P.
So okay. So A/P. So I was right.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, the operator, could you please to help? Okay. Can you see it?
Yes, can.
Just pin it, right? Okay, so you have 10 minutes, so time is yours.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Permission to introduce ourselves. We are from the group of 15. Here will be preparation a paper with the title call as an electric generator, is it safe or threatening? And here we have 3 members. I'm Syafiq Rizal from Islamic University of Indonesia and Agril from same with me. And the last from University Putra Malaysia, namely Niti. And right away, the presentation will be started by Agril first. Time is yours.
So in this chapter, I will explain about the background of this paper about the coal as an electric generator. Is it safe or threatening? Next, please. Next. So coal is one of the fossil fuels that is formed from organic sediment, which are mainly plant remains are formed from a process called coal burning. Coal is generally used to generate electricity, as we know that coal is there's a main advantage for the especially electricity. However, there are the biggest impact that can be obtained from coal. The first one is the erosion or dredging of coal cause the supply of coal as an existing natural resource to decrease. And the next problem is about the coal transportation, because the transportation in large quantities and some of the coal falls to the seabed in the distribution process. And the third impact, the coal processing process, the evaporation stage is processed in a large chimney. So the emission causes air pollution, which mainly appears in areas with a large steam power plants without realizing it. Next, please. Then I will explain about the literature review. Next. So the electricity is useful, has an important role in supporting people's daily activities. In the processing of electricity, there are still many inconsistencies in nature or areas where power plants are built. Next. And the second is a coal. Coal is a unique rock type and has a wide variety of chemical and physical properties. It means that the more coal is used for industrial needs, the more it increases the risk of damage to the existing ecosystem. Next. Then the regulation. The government regulates responsibility for regulation concerning the economy, social, environment, education, religion, and others. For example, regulation regarding the processing of coal for power plants also need to pay attention to the surrounding environment. So the next slides will be explained by Rizal. Rizal, I'm yours.
Okay. Next, please. Let's discuss about the problem arises. Next. The first problem is in the process of extracting coal without any strictness, such as regulation, tax, and so on. Therefore, this result is in improper dredging or extraction of coal. If the volume of coal extracted is too much, it can be predicted that in the future there will be coal shortage. Without us knowing it, this endangers the natural balance that exists. Next slide. And the second problem is regarding the coal transportation or distribution. And the process of transporting coal is not as easy as it seems. The sea routes conditions are uncertain, which is disturbed by weather, climate, and so on. And the falling coal pellets in water area, this causes the existing fish to be poisonous, disturbed, and so on. And we cannot just ignore it because it might as well create an imbalance in the exciting ecosystem. Next. And the last thing is the process of evaporation and chimneys in large steam power plants. If we pay attention, every process in coal becomes steam power. We know that a lot of emission are released from chimney at the plant. And if this process is not managed, regulated, of affirmed in such a way, it can disturb the surrounding condition, including health, natural beauty, oxygen, and so on. In fact, there are many large companies of factories that provide jobs for the people around that location. Maybe if you think about it in the short term, it will be very happy because the local community get a good job. Without realizing it, this does not overcome the emission that come out every day. It only make a fun and joy in the short term and not a solution long term in the future. And next slide. All of these problems need to be regulated, or at least there are various manager and so on in every exciting activity, either dredging or extracting coal, distribution process or coal transportation, and evaporation in the chimney of a steam power plant to avoid these problems from happening. Okay, next slide, Nitya.
Okay, now let's look on how to overcome this problem. Can you go to the previous slide? Previous one. One more. Okay. Okay, regarding the first problem, which is dredging or extraction of coal, the solution that we can impose is the imposition of taxes and the establishment of regulation on coal dredging and extraction. Okay, why we need to use taxation? Because the tax itself is an obligatory contribution to the state that is owed by an individual or entity that is cohesive based on law, and without getting direct compensation, and is used for the state's need for the greatest prosperity of the people. Okay, for example, a company or any other organization that are likely engaged in the sector of dredging and coal extraction excessively, they need to be subject to a tax which is quite large, and
1 minute
it will
left.
become burden for the company's operation. So the imposition of tax on coal dredging and extraction is strengthened by the existence of an applicable regulation. So this will be a good solution for this problem. Next slide. Okay, the next issue is about the transportation of coal by seabay. For this also, we can impose tax and we can calculate the amount of we can impose the tax by calculating the amount of the coal that is falling into the seabed. Next slide. Okay, the third issue is about the bad emission released from the chimneys of the steam power plant. So for this problem, the solution is by creating a technology. What kind of technology is something like a cleaner power? What is meant by cleaner power is the reduction of emission by capturing and storing carbon. So with this, we can overcome this problem. Next slide. So
Okay, please, maybe you can go directly for the conclusion because time is over.
So from all these problems, we can achieve the SDG goal 14, SDG goal 3, and SDG goal 15. That's all from us. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. The third group who already presented, right, the paper entitled Coal as an Electric Generator. Is it safe or threatening? Okay, how about your opinion, Pak Anjal, about this paper?
Okay, well, this is an interesting topic as well. And I would like to congratulate for the team because the team has successfully do collaborations between Indonesian students and also Malaysian students. I think this is a great job. And you raise important issue, guys, for the third group. This is about coal consumptions. And as we know all that Indonesia is one of biggest producer of coal for the world. And I think this paper give a lot of new insights for not for us, but also for society and also for our country. I think, guys, I have read your paper actually. I have read your paper, and the paper is well structured and easy to follow for non-specialist reader because there are a lot of specific knowledge actually for this topic. But for your paper, it is easy to follow for non-specialist reader. What I refer to non-specialist reader is that reader who don't have specific knowledge in that particular area in the topic that you are writing, including me. I don't know anything about coal, right? The composition, how to treat it, how to mining it. I have no idea about it, all right? But I can understand the big idea of your paper, all right? And I like the way you are presenting the pros and cons regarding the use of coals, because it will give the reader insights. What is the consequences if we are using coal, and what are the benefits if we are using coal? And that there are many good points in your paper for that section. I like that. And when we are talking about environmental issues, there are always three aspects that we have to make a balance. The first one is environmental issues as well, environmental issue itself. Second one is social aspects, and the third one is economic aspects. And what you have just discussed is about environmental aspects regarding how we can reduce the use of coals. And now I would like to hear your opinion. What is the consequences if we reduce the coals in terms of social aspects and economic aspects? Because typically, this is typically, I said typically, not always, when we put too much pressure on environmental aspects, we're gonna put pressure. When we're gonna put pressure on environmental aspect, we have to sacrifice on social and economic impacts. I would like to hear your opinion regarding this. How to make a balance between the aspects.
It's very good point of view, Pak Anjar. So how about that issue, Nitya, Shafiq?
Social and economics.
Yeah.
If we reduce the consumption of coals, I'm afraid there will be more unemployment rate, because many people who used to be working in coal sector, they will no longer have jobs. And as a consequences, they have no longer incomes, poverty increases, etc.
Okay.
I just would like to hear your opinion. Yeah, just your opinion. That's it.
Okay. Shafiq, Agrilia, and Nitya? Okay. Can you give a comment? Maybe any one of you can give a comment about that.
I think you have raised a good point regarding tax imposition. We must pose in tax, we must pose in tax, we must impose tax when what is that to reduce coal consumption, I think, and coal production as well. I think you can start with that point by using tax imposition, then and the production of coal will be reduced, the consumption of coal will be reduced as well. However, on the other hand, our country have other source of income, which is coming from tax, and then from that point, the government will have more money to support our citizens to develop something else for people who are impacted by the lower productions of coal. I think you can start. You can start from that point. And what else? I think there are many points actually from your paper.
Okay, so that I mean, like, insight can be added in the paper, right, to make the paper more comprehensive.
I think you can add some more points from that part, for that part, all right.
Okay, do you have any comment, Shafiq, Agrilia, Putra, and Nitya, or just accept the recommendation from the judge? It is the very easy comment. Yes, thank you for your recommendation, right? Just it.
Okay. Let's give applause to the
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So the third presenters, very interesting. Actually, you already very good. You already have a very good paper, because having a collaboration, never meet before, only using WhatsApp or what else, email, is very good, right? It's new experience for all of you. So it is last paper, Pak Anjar. The title is quite interesting also. Smart waste management solution using IoT, Internet of Things, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll have Muhammad Arif Darmawan. Are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Is Mayana Dwi Nanda Putri, right? I see Mayana. And Arvin Muhammad Maulana. Right. Okay, so time is yours, but we are waiting for the slides. The operator, could you please to help us? Okay. The last, smart waste management solution using IoT. Okay. Can you say it? Okay, so 10 minutes from now, time is yours.
First of all, the Honorable Jury, Mr. Anjar Priyono, and the moderator, Mr. Faza, and our friends who were present. Thank you for giving the opportunity to discuss today. First of all, I will introduce myself, and I am Ismaya Nadionada Putri, majoring in Economic, Faculty of Economics and Business, UII, and two friends, Muhammad Arif Darmawan and Arvin Muhammad Maulana. So, the reason we took this topic because waste management in various cities around the world is a formidable challenge for local government. Waste is defined as material that cannot be used and has no economic value for its owner. The increase in population is the main cause of waste incidents. The increase in the population of big cities is directly proportional to the generation of waste, so waste management plan is needed. So to save time, our team will get started right away, starting with Arvin Maulana. So this time for yours.
Okay, thank you. Next. Okay, waste management in various cities around the world is a formidable challenge for a local government. Waste is defined as material that cannot be used and has no economic value for its owner. The increase in population is the main cause of waste incidents. The increase in the population of big cities is directly proportional to the generation of waste. So a waste management plan is needed. Smart waste management system utilize Internet of Things technology to collect waste data and use artificial intelligence technology in data processing. Starting from the identification of temporary disposal sites, transportation, for transporting waste to structuring waste transportation, the integration of these technologies can provide recommendation for future waste management. In this paper, our group will discuss the smart waste system, how it works, function, its impact on the environment, as well as example of application in a country that uses a smart waste system in its country waste management. Next. What is the smart waste management? Smart waste management is a smart waste container, a waste management solution that use sensor placed in the trash to measure the filling level and notify the city information service when it is ready to empty or move the trash can. However, not only can it be used as a smart trash can, lagging data or historical data collected by sensor is useful for identifying methods of filling community waste, as well as optimizing transportation routes and schedules for waste transportation fleet drivers, and of course, most importantly, reducing operational costs. Smart waste management using the Internet of Things. The Internet of Things is a system of computer devices that are interconnected with mechanical and digital machines that can identify objects, animals, or people equipped with unique identifiers and can transmit data across the network without human intervention. Next.
So, the Internet of Things. The Internet of Things consists of web-enabled smart devices that use embedded systems, including processors, sensors, and communication hardware. This device is very useful for collecting, sending, and acting on data obtained from the environment. This device share data by connecting the sensors they collect to an IoT gateway or other edge device. Sometimes, this device communicate with other related devices and take action based on the information they get. The device will do most of the work without manual intervention. Although, for example, when someone wants to manage the device or access existing data, the device will still be accessible to human. Next. This is the smart bins concept. Okay, next. The smart waste system works. The smart waste system works by placing the sensor in the highest position in the trash. usually on the lid of the trash, which is useful for detecting the height of the trash. When the trash reach the predetermined height threshold, an order will appear which is then sent to headquarters notifying is that it is time to collect or transport the trash. Then the authority at the central office conveys this notification to the garbage collection truck via the GSM model. Next. So this is the sensor, smart waste bin, and the procedure of smart waste bin. Next. So the dustbin has three types of the sensor. The first level sensor, this sensor will provide information about the level of the trash that is already filled. The level of the garbage will be decided in terms of this distance between the sensor and garbage in dustbin. The sensor used is usually an ultrasonic sensor. It will calculate the time interval between sending the signal and receiving the echo to determine the distance. The maximum reach and minimum distance are 4 meter and 2 centimeter, with the measuring angle being 15 degrees. Next. So this is the picture of the ultrasonic sensor. Next. Second, humidity sensor. The humidity sensor will provide information about whether there is wet trash and dry trash. It uses a capacitive humidity sensor and a thermistor to measure the surrounding air and outputs a digital signal on the data pins. The sensor will also provide information about the level or amount of liquid waste. The sensor will get new data every 2 seconds. It is suitable for reading humidity 0 to 100% with an accuracy of 2% to 5%, and is suitable for reading temperature from minus 40 to 80 degrees Celsius with an accuracy of plus minus 0.5 degrees Celsius. Next. Next. Third, load cell. Load cell will provide information about the weight of waste in the garbage. The load cell is a sensor that generates an electrical signal and its size is proportional to the force being measured. Load cell range from a few grams to 200 kilograms. Next. Next. Okay, this one is Ismayana.
Okay, the advantage of smart waste management using smart trash collection bins and system equipped with level sensors that can save time and money by optimizing garbage pickup activities. IoT helps reduce the number of unnecessary trips for haulers. 2. It regresses traffic flow and consecutively noise due to the less air pollution as a result of less waste collection vehicles on the roads. 3. Keep our environment clean, green and free from bad pollution, healthy environment, and make the city more beautiful. Okay. So, smart waste management have this advantage too. Next slide. The sensor nodes used in the dustbins have limited memory size and Wi-Fi have shorter range and lower data speed. 2. Wireless technologies used in the system such as ZigBee and Wi-Fi have shorter range and lower data speed. 3. It reduces manpower requirements which results in the increase in unemployment. The training has to be provided to the people involved in the smart waste management system. And the last, the system requires more number of waste bins for separate waste collection as per population in the city. This is result into high initial cost due to the expensive smart dustbin compared to the other methods. Okay, next, Arvin.
Half minute left.
Okay, this for example country who use smart waste management in Singapore. The smart system is called Big Belly Bins.
Could you please to go directly to conclusion?
Yes, yes. Next. Okay, these papers show how the smart waste management using IoT can be implemented. IoT is a system integrated computing device, mechanical and digital machine, object, animal, or people that are provided with unique identifiers and ability to transfer data and offer the network without requiring human-to-human or human-to-computer interaction. The proposed system assures the collection of garbage soon when the garbage level reaches its maximum level. The system will thus provide accurate reports, increasing the efficiency of system. And the smart waste management are good for the environment because have some advantage. For example, like save time and money, decrease the traffic flow, keep our surroundings clean, reduce manpower. Because of that, will giving way to a cleaner city, better infrastructure, and increases the hygiene. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for the fourth group, even though it is more than 10 minutes, but it is still okay. So how about you, Panjar? Do you have any opinion or maybe suggestion or as well as questions? Please unmute it. Okay.
Okay, yes, thank you. Okay, great. Guys, you have presented a great idea for this event. The topic that you are presented is very suitable for this event. And the issue that you are raising and the solution that you are offering is very novel. And yes, I like it. And basically, the idea is very simple, using small, tiny things, small, tiny device, which is embedded into maybe into trash bin that is available in every single household in our environment, in Indonesian household, I think, and I think in Malaysia also similar, more or less. And if that particular technology is implemented in our environment and our society, that will be great. That will offer a lot of benefits. But before we are moving to a real implementation, I think there will be more discussion about economic feasibility of this technology. And I think to assess whether this technology is really feasible or not, it will need a lot of work, a lot of analysis. And however, before we are moving to more detailed economic analysis, I think the group has some thought what is going to be happen if we are going to do what is going to be found if we are doing real economic analysis. What is your opinion if we are doing real economic analysis? What is the main obstacles and whether it is going to be feasible or not? I would like to hear your opinion, guys.
Okay, so it is the feasibility of the idea.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. How about the group? Arif Darmawan, Ismayana, and Arvin. Do you have any comments or answer in terms of the feasibility of your idea?
Just comments. Maybe you have spoken with your neighborhood. What if I implemented this idea? And maybe you have done such a kind of preliminary study when you are talking to your family about this idea. Because when we are looking things too close, we are looking things too close, and in this case, as you are looking at your idea too close, maybe it is a bit difficult for you to to find new insights, and it is time for you to obtain insight from someone who is not in your group, maybe your friends, your neighborhood, and I would like to hear your opinion about that.
Okay. How about that, Arif Darmawan, Ismayana, and Arvin? Have you had any idea? Or just believe that it is feasible?
Yes, yes.
I do believe.
Yes, yes. Or maybe I've got another other, what is that? other things inside my mind regarding the acceptance of the acceptance of this technology. Regarding the acceptance of this technology by our society. Is there maybe some objection from our society?
Okay. So I think there is need survey, right, Banjar, in terms of the acceptance, right? And
to hear your opinion.
Yeah, do you want to give your opinion, your perspective, because both of you just keep smiling. Hopefully, both of you understand what is the meaning of the questions, or like maybe different group. Yeah, we accept your recommendation and we'll do that. Okay, Arvin?
Other groups, yes.
Arvin or Emilia? Or
Would like
Arif
to say something
Darmawan?
else?
No? Okay, just keep smiling, Panjar. So
Okay, that's it. So
that's a
please give applause to the last group.
Okay, last group. Thank you very much. So we already discussed all topics. Panjar, thank you for your attendance today. It is such an
it is my
honor for
pleasure.
us
It
to
is my
have
pleasure.
you today, and I think it is also a new experience for our students in UEE, USIM, and UPM. Hopefully, you can still keep in touch. Maybe one day, some of you will continue in UPM, or some UPM students will continue in UEE. So hopefully, we can maintain our, like a friendship. In Islam, we call it silaturahim. Thank you, Panjar. I think that's all for today's event. So we will end with Hamdalah, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Then I hope both of you leave the room, right? So you can see in the, right side below, right? The blue one. Thank you very much. See you again. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for all the participants. I'm sure that you have done your best. By the end of calling for paper presentation, the session of the third day has also ended. Don't forget that we still have one day left, so see you tomorrow. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh.
See you everyone tomorrow.
Good luck.